So Super Smash Bros. Switch was announced back in March, and the game is set to be coming out sometime later this year. And what better way to celebrate than sharing the top 10 characters I'd love to see make it in, and if not in this game, then just a future Super Smash Bros. Game in general. I'm just gonna say right now that these are strictly my own personal choices, some of which who admittedly may not be all that popular, so just keep that in mind. Whether they have a chance of making it in or not, I really don't care, because again, these are just the characters who I love to see make it in the game. The only rule that I have for this list is that I only stuck with either Nintendo characters or third-party characters who had a game on a Nintendo console. So with that all said, here are my top 10 characters I'd love to see in Super Smash Bros. Switch or a future Super Smash Bros. Game. Let's begin. I really think it's sad that King K. Rool has not been featured in the game yet, and I really think it's about time that he made his grand entrance already. Super Smash Bros. Doesn't really have that many villains, and considering that the game already has main series villains like Super Mario's Bowser, Legend of Zelda's Ganondorf, and Kirby's King Dedede, I think it's about time we got Donkey Kong's big bad, King K. Rool. As far as a moveset goes, he can throw his crown for a side special, shoot and charge up his Buster Cannon for his neutral special, his helicopter pack for his up special, and a butt pound for his down special. As for his final smash, he could call upon his large pirate ship and rain down a hellfire of cannonballs onto the battlefield. I mean, come on, let's be real here. We already have most of the main villains from the main Nintendo franchises, and it's about time that Donkey Kong's main villain King K. Rool finally joins the fight and becomes an honorary Smash Bros. Character. A lot of us have been wanting to see this Purple Fox Vixen be a playable character since Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and I feel it should make for a great Smash Bros. Character. Plus, it'd be great to see some more female characters in the game. Her moveset would be pretty simple to do. Her staff from Star Fox Adventures could be her primary weapon, and she can whack opponents with it for her standard attacks and smash attacks. And she can use the various staff power upgrades for her special attacks, like for example, the Fire Blaster for her neutral special, the Rocket Boost for her up special, and the Ground Quake for her down special. As for her final smash, she could call upon her Cloud Runner dinosaur friend and ride on his back and be able to fire Energy Blast from her staff while flying all over the battlefield for a limited amount of time. There's just so much that could be done with Crystal, and the fact that there are so many of us who love to see her in the game just shows how her character stood the test of time. And in my opinion, I honestly feel that she would be a great Smash Bros. Character. With Sonic already having been in the Smash series for the last 2 games now, I think it's about time that we got another Sonic character to join the battle. And who would be better for the role than Sonic's best friend Tails? Yeah, I know that there are some people who would prefer to see someone like Shadow instead, and while I do think it'd be interesting to see him in the game, I feel that Tails would be a better choice for the sake of a more unique playstyle that would differ from Sonic's. His moveset would be pretty easy to do. Other than having his standard and smash attacks being centered around his tails, and having a flight-based double jump similar to Pit, his special attacks could consist of his magic hook for a neutral special, his rapid tailspin attack for his side special, a spring type jump for his up special, and his spin dash for his down special. As for his final smash, he could jump into his tornado plane and either shoot across the stage knocking out any opponents who get struck in its path, or he could use his Cyclone Walker from Sonic Adventure 2 and fire out the Power Laser attack that shoots across the field, knocking away anyone in its path. I mean, the possibilities are endless with this adorable little fox, and I think it's time that he soared onto the battlefield alongside his pal Sonic. With Mega Man already in the game, I think it'd be cool if we got another Mega Man character onto the battlefield, and for my choice, I decided to go with his main rival, Bass. I've always thought that Bass had a wicked cool design, and I feel that he'd be an awesome Smash Bros. Character. For his moveset, he could use kick-based moves for his standard attacks, a rising somersault kick for his up smash attack, his base blaster for a neutral special, his air dash for a side special, rocket punch for a side smash, and a shoulder tackle for his dash attack, just to name a few. As for his final smash, he could call upon his partner Treble and merge with him like he does in the Mega Man games for a limited amount of time. During this, he could perform his special attack from Mega Man 8, where he shoots upwards and rains down energy blasts onto the battlefield. Out of all the Mega Man characters who could potentially be a Smash Bros. Character, Bass is easily the character I like to see make it into the game the most. I understand that SHANTAE isn't a very popular character compared to some other characters out there, but if a lesser known character like Pick can make it into the game, I don't see why the same couldn't be done for SHANTAE. I really think she would translate well into a Smash Bros. Type character, as she has a neat solid design, and has plenty of abilities that would make for a great potential moveset. Obviously, she could use a combination of her hair for her standard attacks, and her various fighter abilities from her game for her aerial attacks, and her risky boot dash attack as her dash attack. For her animal transformation abilities from her game, they could be used for her smash attacks, like for example, her monkey form for an up smash, her elephant form for a side smash, and her mermaid form that performs a tailspin attack for a down smash. As for her special moves, she could use her flintlock pistol for a neutral special, her spitfire attack for a side special, her pirate hat for an up special, and a combination of her various pike balls that spin around her for her down special. As for her final smash, I honestly couldn't think of anything she could do, but it could be something that involves her belly dancing, or maybe something that incorporates her magical genie lamp. There's just so much that they could do with SHANTAE, and she's practically begging to be a Smash Bros. Character, and for all these reasons, I just had to include her on my list. I know that KLONOA isn't a very popular series compared to Namco's other title character Pac-Man, but I feel that KLONOA would be very cool to see in a Super Smash Bros. Game. He has that cute cartoony mascot design that would fit right on in with other characters. While he debuted as a PlayStation character, he did have a few games on the Nintendo platform, and he also had a remake of his original game that was made playable on the Nintendo Wii, so he pretty much counts as a third-party Nintendo character, and should be eligible to be a potential Smash Bros. Character. I couldn't really think of a moveset for him, but I did come across a mod video where someone put him in as a modded character, and the moveset he had felt like a good foundation to go about if he were brought in as a legitimate Smash Bros. Character. With Smash Bros. Already being more open to third-party characters, so long as they appeared on a Nintendo system, I don't see why someone like KLONOA should be left out of the fun, and I'd love to see him as a Smash Bros. Character. While Crash Bandicoot should have automatically been a main character from the get-go in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, and how it was so bullshit that he wasn't included in that game, I eventually came around to being open to seeing him in a Super Smash Bros. Game. I mean, he did have a few games on the Game Boy Advance, the Nintendo GameCube, and the Nintendo Wii, plus the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy that's going to be playable on the Nintendo Switch. So technically, Crash does qualify as a third-party Nintendo character. A moveset for him would be insanely easy to do. He could use a basic punch and kick combo for his standard attack, his Wumpa Fruit Bazooka for his neutral special, his Spin Tornado attack for his side special, he could use a Bounce Crate or his Jetpack for an up special, and he could throw a TNT Crate for his down special. And for his final smash, he could call upon Aku Aku and wear him as a mask like he does in his games, and he makes him invincible for a limited amount of time. And during this, he could run around on the stage knocking out anyone who comes into contact with him. The game already has Mario, Sonic, and Pac-Man, and I think it's time that they added in Crash Bandicoot into the game, and we finally get to see these video game mascot veterans finally duke it out against each other on the battlefield. Now don't get me wrong, if PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale gets a sequel, Crash definitely needs to be in it, But for now, I think Super Smash Bros. Would be a great place for him to start, and I'd love to see Crash make it in, even if it's just for one game. I was pretty bummed that MIDNA didn't make it into Super Smash Bros. Wii U, especially since there are so many people who've been wanting to play as her, me included. I know that The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess is way past a decade old now, but considering how the game is still pretty popular and still beloved by many, I really feel it's time that MIDNA was made an honorary Smash Bros. Character. Whether they go with her partnered up with Wolf Link, or her fighting alone with her moveset based around her Twilight abilities, like how she played in Hyrule Warriors, anything would be fine really. I just really want to see her in the game. Like I mentioned before, it's always good to see some more female characters in the game, and I really feel that MIDNA would make for a fun, enjoyable character to play as. And I think it's time that they finally have the Twilight Princess herself become an honorary Smash Bros. Character. I'm not gonna lie, I have yet to play through a Banjo-Kazooie game, but other than adoring their designs, and how despite me not really growing up playing the games, yet still having an odd sense of nostalgia for them, and seeing the impact they left on so many Nintendo fans from back in the day, I feel that Banjo-Kazooie really deserved to be in the Smash Bros. Game at this point. And frankly, they should have been since Super Smash Bros. Melee. While I couldn't think of a moveset off the top of my head, considering that Banjo is a platform-based character with a game full of rich in-game lore, I'm sure they could come up with a great moveset for them. Considering that Banjo and Kazooie was a critical and commercial success on the Nintendo 64, and is still thought of quite fondly today, it's about time that Banjo-Kazooie finally got the recognition they deserve by having a place to call home in the Super Smash Bros. Series. So far, these are the few characters who I'd like to see make it into the Smash universe. However, before I reveal my number one choice, here are some honorable mentions. I'll admit right now that I haven't played very many Castlevania games, but that being said, I've been following this game series for years, as it's a series that naturally appealed to me what with its dark, gothic, macabre theme, and Simon Belmont is one of my favorite characters in the Castlevania series. Simon's pretty much a classic Nintendo character, since the first few Castlevania games were released on the NES and Super NES console back in the day, with him being the main character in the games, and I think that it should be a given that he more than deserves a spot in the Super Smash Bros. Universe. His moveset will be very easy to pull off, as he can use his Vampire Killer Whip for his standard attacks and smash attacks. As for his special attacks, he could use his Boomerang Cross for his neutral special, his Throwing Dagger for his side special, his Whip Tornado attack for an up special, and his Holy Water Fire Bomb for his down special. As for his final smash, he could perform the Grand Cross attack, where he leaps into the air and as the light shines around him, a bunch of crosses raise out of the ground, knocking up anyone who gets hit by them. As for which design I'd like to see them go with for his primary look, I prefer they go with his classic Barbarian inspired design, as it would be a nice throwback to his games on the NES. Though in saying that, I'd love to see his Chronicles design be his alternate costume. There's just so much that they could do with Simon, and I just know that he'd be an awesome Smash Bros. Character. And for all these reasons, that is why Simon Belmont is the number one character I would love to see make it into a Super Smash Bros. Game. And there you have it, guys. Those are the top 10 characters I'd like to see make it into a Super Smash Bros. Game. Let me know what you guys think, and while you're at it, leave a comment with the character who you'd like to see down below in the comment section. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more gaming goodness. I'm Decadent Gamer, and hope you all have a great day. Thanks for watching.